Oh wait, who am I trading? Clefairy I'm excited about. The others I don't know. Chansey, I don't know what I want to do with, because I might want to evolve it, or I might want to keep it unevolved with an Eviolite. So I'm going to set it aside, because I think it takes a while to get its friendship up anyway if I want to evolve it. Get him out of here. Oh, he's already level 85, so he's fine. What Pokemon do I have actual plans for? Toxapex, right? Has to be. Hold on, hold on. He's been EV trained. The rest of these maniacs have not been. That's fine. Harrison's evolving. Bronzong is slightly better at physical attack. I don't remember what I'm using with him, man. Figure out the moves later. Just get him up to level 85. Oh. Spin out into Gyro Ball seems like the way to get him to do damage. I'm sure his set is something else. So I made a much better spreadsheet. That takes into account what attacking moves the other people have, and determines which types would be best to resist them. 'Cause I think defensive play is how I need to shift, order to get through the Elite Four. I'm sure Toxapex needs to recover. How well does Clefairy fare against this person? I can't believe Cosmic Power actually has 20 PP. Four? That was five, that's a six. Doesn't actually do that much damage. So the basic idea is to make Clefairy unkillable. Oh, this is not a Clefable yet, so its stats are trash still too. Literally an ordinary Clefairy. I just got encored into. I think they generally don't have healing moves though. I feel like this kills in some finite time. Oh, last resort. Last resort dead man. think Clefairy needs a moonstone. Let's get her moonstone. She's also not EV trained at all. So maybe she's not so bad. She also doesn't have IV train. Her IVs aren't good. Horrendous IVs. Bless. He doesn't have IVs. He might not have right EVs either. Whatever. I'm training people up. Skarmory, you're supposed to be good. Defensive mons. Let's go. A Sableye is supposed to be really good. Whatever. We got these people going. Anyone learn close combat? No. Clefable might be the best I got right now. Hmm. Double Edge did nothing? This is what we're talking about? It's much better. Stored power almost killed? I didn't even go to +6 on the things. One, two, three. Hmm. Two, three, four. There you go. I don't think I changed its nature either. Let's save Lion here. No, no, no. No close combats. Who has decent stats? Ferrothorn actually has the best. His stats are attack. Give him Iron Head. We'll figure you out later. But now we gotta train. This is like the easiest farm of all time, man. These Aldinos just go down without a fight. Sableye needs to recover for sure. Nasty plotting, which is not great. Continues to heal herself. Level 76. Somehow the nasty plot moonblasted like nothing. Must be resisted. Still. This guy thinks he's got great defense. Keeps using Wish. I think it too little too late there. I think Suicune should be up here. Who do I know has actual builds? Clodsire. Bronzong probably is the best bet. None of this matters. I'll get him a moveset later. Yeah, you can learn Earthquake. Earthquake's good. I've got doubles sometimes. This is a double. Shuckle has crazy defenses for sure. I don't know if he's as good really. This guy's a dupe. These are all level 85 with some defensive potential. Well, Miltank, I think, has a set. Miltank out here. The Dragonite. Okay, so these are all ones that would need to be trained up. Those are all trained up. Drifblim's special attack. Hello. Hey, I'm recording Pokemon. I finished up that seed you sent.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to watch it before we talk about it or what. There are a couple
Um,
aspects I thought you might have been talking about in terms of things that were pain.
yeah, I'm still actually finishing up the end of it. Um,
What was that what you're doing now?
yeah, currently that's what I'm doing.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize it was a random objective seed for like most of the seed.
I'm playing it, and I until you just said that, I forgot it was random objectives. What are the objectives?
We can check.
Fantoon, Ridley, and Croc. Okay.
Because I actually stumbled upon one of the objectives and what I thought was like something I didn't need to do. Uh, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, why are there X's here? I feel like Bubble Mountain is the most distinctive nuisance early in the game.
Oh, it forces it not once but twice to do the like
Climbing the
really
right.
delicate wall jump up the right side.
Yeah, that's. I had to kind of figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Um,
I found that You had to push away from the wall before you even touched the wall. Um, on the first jump at least, because there wasn't, you didn't have very much time where you're high enough to actually do the wall jump. So you had to start drifting away from the wall to do it away from the wall before you'd even really touch the wall. It was a little awkward.
Yeah, it for me, I had to like really get a precise idea of um the vertical position where I needed to try to do the jump. I had to like really pinpoint that so I could at least be jumping from the right vertical position consistently. Because when there was variation in both vertical, like whether or not I was hitting the right position and whether I was delaying the jump off the wall enough, like when both of those were inconsistent, it was just like that was problematic.
Yeah. So where are you at in the seed right now? I did it so recently, I think I
uh,
actually have a decent memory of it.
I am in Norfair for the first time.
So you're not near the end yet. You're still right in the meat of it.
Yeah, I'm still kind of in the middle of it. I feel like I'm approaching the point where it's gonna like open up pretty significantly, but oh man, my stomach. Oh my god. I
Need something better to eat, or
so I did all the third wall, which was insane, by the way. We'll talk about in a second, but um, super thirsty. So I got back and per usual had like oh my god, like liters to drink, like maybe 2 liters or something, a mixture of like milk and water, and I feel like I'm gonna like throw up, basically. Oh, but the pickleball, the guys I was playing with were all rated like around 4.7 ish. I went 8-0 and gave up an average of like just over 2 points a game with all the different combinations. The
I thought
guys
I thought
said it was like,
I thought based on your stomach hurting and everything else that it was going to be a rough night, but by all accounts
oh
you
no,
destroyed them.
no, I was like some of the most insane pickleball I've ever played. Um, just absolutely every shot completely dialed in. My hands at the net were fantastic. Um, they're like every time they would try to speed it up or lob it over me or anything, I would just own them. And they were like why they would basically just why did we hit it at him again? Like what did we think was gonna happen? Um, they would be at the net, they try to speed it up at me, and I would like flick it not only to like get it back over, but I would hit it in a way that it would like uh, it would go like a sharp cross court angle with pace, land like relatively short in the kitchen at this incredibly acute angle, and I mean they wouldn't be within 5 feet of it. Um, they would try to like smash it at me, and I would block it back and like either a really good reset, or sometimes I'd like pop it up and actually have it be like this really good lob that ended up in the back of the court. And as I got more and more confident, they'd be in a situation where like they'd pop, where like my partner might lob it and get them backed up a little bit, but they were still in position to hit an overhead. And I was just so confident in my hands that as they're like winding up to hit an overhead smash, I would just crash into the kitchen and be like, bring it. And then they would try to smash it, and I would deflect it back at them. And I was like, I intentionally put myself so close that they couldn't even like, they were still like finishing their follow through, and I had already hit the ball back by them. Like I had such supreme confidence in my ability to just take anything they threw at me and just shove it down their throats. They hit, a lot of lobs that they tried to hit, I just smashed. They hit, like there's one they hit that was really good, that was back behind my partner in like the back corner, and um, I oh, you piece of shit. I ran back and got it, and normally from that position, my default would be to like kind of pop like a gentle like drop over to give us time to like recover, right, and get in good position. And this time I got back there, and I was just like everything I was feeling, and so I just committed and like let rip a full fledged like hard topspin shot. And it was like the first time that you played with Matt Dubay, and he hit one of those hard shots, and it dipped so aggressively over the net that you were like almost confused about like what happened. As I did that off of their high quality lob from behind the court, I just committed and just absolutely let rip a topspin like hard drive, and it went like a few inches over the net and then just broke downward towards her ankles with pace. And all they could do was just kind of mishit a little frame shot um, into the net. Like it was a combination of the fact that it was so unexpected, and it was also so well struck that they couldn't even like begin to get it back. Like it was just complete winner. Um, Just everything that they tried to do had an answer for. It didn't matter who I was paired with. All three of them were basically playing as expected for like a 4.7 level player. And no matter who was paired with me, like initially after the first two, even I was like, maybe this fourth guy is just like, in some sort of subtle way, is just playing poorly. And so like because we were crushing him like 11-0, 11-4, 11-2, 11-2 with my different partners. I was like, all right, maybe this guy is just like having an off night. And then I got with him, and we then won 11-3. It's like, okay, no, I'm just absolutely shredding, and they can't handle it. And they told me after the fact it was like some of the best pickleball they've ever really played with, like with or against, is just like everything so dialed in that it was as dominating a performance as they've had the opportunity to bear witness to.
And you should just never go there again. Like, act like you disappeared. You know what I mean? Like, you're a ghost, and they will never see such things again.
Yeah, so it was really good. It was really good.
Uh,
Tell you what, my increased proficiency with the short charge is uh like is noticeable. Like me having that increased sense for like the timing for how to get a good like two tap or three tap. Places that used to be a little like hit or miss on me getting a short charge are now just like automatic. Um, need a recharge. It's like no good recharge here. Oof, I need a recharge. Yeah, just getting used to doing some of these very hards. Well, actually, yeah, in the beginning of the seat, I think we already touched on this, but not only does it make you do that climb up the right side of the wall, because like you immediately go down, you get Varia and missiles, like, and they're like free. But the only way to get back is to climb back up the right side, and then you go get something else. I don't even remember, bombs or something, or morph. And then with morph, you go um, back down to get grapple, maybe, and then you have to do it again. Like you have to do the same climb a second time. Um, so they forced it not once but twice in the beginning of the seed. And then we can talk about like maybe look at the map. I don't know. I mean, I guess it should be pretty fresh in your head, but I initially discounted the metal pirates. I saw them with the golden Chorizo item, but I couldn't recognize offhand what the room was, because there was the water room with the Machtroids. And I was like, to get the gold pirates. So it was like the metal pirates went into the top right of that Moctroid room, and then you had to go down into the water and out the bottom right to then get to some heated room I didn't recognize, and then it was Gold Teresa. And I didn't recognize the heated room, and I was like, I don't know if I can then get back up the right side of that Moctroid room, and I can't kill Gold Teresa. So I wasn't sure if there was any way out.
Of course, grapple's
And
the
so I
way
kind
out,
of,
right?
well,
Grapple's the way out, yeah.
yeah, and I'm not used to that. In my head, I was thinking, oh, I need some kind of a runway. I need to make sure there's a runway so that I can, um, like, get the running start and do like little conservation of momentum, like turn jump thing in that room. So that's kind of what my head was going to. And so I tried to go right through that lower Norfair elevator room and up, and that goes into Meridia, but Meridia immediately greets you with the Turian elevator room with the water that you can't get out of. So obviously that's an issue.
I think there's also a green door.
Well, so that's the
I'm not
thing.
sure I ever went up there.
So I went up there, and then I was like, okay, well, this isn't a thing. So then I went up to the other side of Meridia, up and right, and it gets you into, like, I don't know what it's called, but it's the one where you do like the thing I had to do the short charge in, the stutter tap, but you get in from the left side up on the ledge. And so I look at the map, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you're just supposed to recognize that it wraps around. But I hadn't, like, when you're in the metal or the water room, you can't see the door. So I didn't know it was a super door. It's like, okay, well, I guess you're just supposed to recognize that it wraps. So I go down, um, grab some items and stuff. And there was an X, and I was like, oh, those are kind of a pain to get to. Those are probably supers over there. So I grab a few missiles. I go over and grab what I assume is going to be supers, and they're just another power bomb pack.
I did
I'm
that
like,
as
well,
well.
shit.
I did
So
that
then
as
I
well.
go to leave, and then I'm like, oh, the door where it wraps, it does wrap, like it connects just the way it shows. But when you actually get to it, or when you get the map or whatever, but I didn't. By the time I got the map, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was like, okay, it wraps. That's my way out. It's a super missile door, so you're super locked. So I had to revert all the stuff I did in Turian or in Meridia, and like, all right, I guess
Wait, why?
just what was that?
You had to revert Meridia? You can get
Yeah,
back.
we can. Oh, what is this room? Ooh, I don't love that.
Here, I'm gonna pull it up. You're still playing it. You shouldn't pull it up. I'll pull it up.
There we go. Wait, what is this? Oh my god. Where do I want to go?
Oh, well, oh, you went up to Meridia before getting bombs.
Yes,
That's what you're saying.
because bombs was the one.
Because you dropped down into that big room thinking you could go around, but you can't because it's a green
Yeah,
zone.
I was like, oh, I can just, I again, I was kind of discounting. I wasn't sure what the room was, and it wasn't obvious to me whether I could get back. And it was enough of a pain that I was like, I'm not going on my way right now to do the Metal Pirates room because I don't even know for sure if I can get out of there. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, so then you would have
so
to revert Meridia because you can't go back through the backside of Spore Spawn.
yeah, the way that I thought I was gonna get out of there doesn't work. Uh,
Yeah, I don't think there's any
uh,
way to do it what you had available.
yeah, no, I checked. There's absolutely no way, even with like higher level strats, there's no way out of there.
Well, I was kind of stubborn and a little stupid in picking up 5 bajillion missiles down near the start. Like, if there's so many down by where you got grapple, I was like, I'm just gonna get all this stuff. And so I did. Um, so I ended up with tons and tons of missiles.
Oh,
So
see, even
I
even
didn't
by the
know.
time I was like, so okay. Also, when thinking about what it was going to take to beat Metal Pirates, I was like, I don't think the supers do double damage, and it takes 3 supers, so it probably takes 9 missiles. Well, fuck me, supers do double damage, takes 18 missiles.
I took so many, I actually
Um,
counted in the second pirate just because I was curious. It does take 18.
well, I did it with 25, so I had to hit him with 18 missiles, and I had to with zero. That's still zero energy because you get energy super late. So I had to
Yeah.
hit him with 18 missiles. I had to not get hit at all because if I didn't have full health, I got health bombed. So I had to kill the first one with 18 missiles, not miss, and then get a really good missile drop. So I had enough missiles to kill the second. Because I only went into it with 25, thinking I only needed 18. And by the time I did it, I'm like, no chance in hell I'm going all the way back down there just to pick up a couple more missile packs.
Well, because you
So I
would
made it
have
work.
to climb up the side of Belden Mountain again.
Yeah, it was just far away from up where I was.
Yeah.
I had to go like back all the way down through most of Criteria, down Bubble Mountain, and past like where you get Varia and some of those things. Like there's a ton of missiles. I didn't get any of them. To me, early on, I was like, "There's all these missiles. These aren't even worth my time." I just figured they were a bunch of filler, but they're actually required as far as I can tell. Like you're expected to pick up, presumably at least 40, because you need 36 to kill them, if, assuming you don't get any drops.
Yeah,
But
I had
mercifully,
50. I had 50 at the time I fought him.
yeah. So that fight for me was also like noteworthy because I've never killed them with missiles. I wasn't even certain that they took damage from missiles. Um,
I'd never killed them with missiles because it's so rare you would have Varia and not things that would kill them better.
yeah. So that was kind of weird. But then again, I wasn't going out of my way to get missiles because to me missiles were filler. So initially, so I actually went
Missiles
and
elitist?
killed.
Oh,
I killed Spore Spawn with 5 missiles because I'd grabbed like the initial missile pack and I hadn't bothered to get any others. I was just looking for progression. So after
you're
I couldn't go up,
insane, man. You didn't get any other missiles besides the first?
no, I was like,
Why?
there's freaking filler missiles everywhere under the sun. These aren't like they're just wasting my time. And so I wasn't going out of my way to get any of them.
I think that's kind of a you thing.
I mean, so I early on they're not super convenient to get. Um, So when I went down to get gravity, that would have been a good time to grab at least a couple others. Um, there at least bare minimum. There's 2 of them right next to Varia that would have been easy to get. The ones that are down below gravity or below grapple in the bottom criteria, those are kind of a nuisance because you have to go back up through that room with all those golden pirates, and all it takes in there is like one misstep. You get hit by those gold pirates and you're dead and you lose all your progress. And so that's why I deliberately going in that room from the mid left, the one with those gold pirates and like it's just before the room with grapple.
Yeah.
Um, that room coming in from the mid left, I now am really comfortable with like you kind of jump up through the door, you get on the platform, shoot the top right door as the one pirate on the top left jumps over your head, and then you do a quick little hop to trigger him to jump back, and then you jump up through the door. Super clean. I can do that very reliably as long as I'm not stupid. Coming up from the bottom, I just feel like it's messier, especially like sometimes without high jump, it can take a few tries to get the jump, and then the pirates like on top of my head, and it can get kind of messy. I didn't want to go down there. To me, that was just like enough of a nuisance that it wasn't worth it. The ones that were just left of Varia, they weren't bad. I probably should have gotten them. I just didn't because I didn't want to use the power bombs. Like it was basically gonna be like 2 power bombs, and I only had 5, and there were some decent farms, so it wouldn't have been a big deal. But that was at least my rationale for why I didn't get those. So even I still haven't gotten any of those actually. Like I have my map up right now, but I ended up getting the ones. There's what was that? Morph? Yeah, Morph. We're in Gold Teresa room. So right of Morph, in the middle of Gold Teresa room, there's missiles there. So I've grabbed those. I grabbed the ones that are like just up left of the map off Wreck Ship Shaft. Ones that are left through the long grapple hallway, straight left of the map. So I got those ones. I basically got all the ones that were kind of like sort of low hanging fruit. And then I went up and did the Metal Pirates with 25. But again, in my defense, I went into it assuming it took 9 to kill them. So when they just would not die, and it used 18, um, I was like, oh my god, this is torture. And all it took was one misstep. You get hit, and then the game's like, oh, you've got like 50 HP. We're gonna health bomb you, and you get no missile drops. Mercifully, and I don't know if you even recognize this. I didn't actually realize it until doing this fight today. Um, I started this before going to get the girls earlier. Um, the door you come in doesn't close. Like even when you kill the first pirate. So if I didn't get enough missile drops, I could hop out, and there's a farm room right next to it. There's the one with like all the little green bugs that come up. So I could kill the first one, and if they didn't drop enough missiles, I could go out, farm my 25 missiles back, reset the room, and do it again. Or if I got hit or whatever. So it was easy to reset. I didn't get like soft locked by it, which was nice. I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, so that early on for me was noteworthy. That 25 missile metal pirates was like a real pain. It's probably more thinning. That could be supers. Nice.
Definitely some interesting things in the seed.
Also, the duration of being very, very forced, like extremely linear, to me is also like pretty noteworthy.
I think that's just you haven't experienced that much.
I mean, when we're doing the duo ones, I feel like there's just inherently more flexibility.
Oh yeah, a lot more.
And we've done some of the races, like we've done some challenge and desolate stuff in races. But I feel like a lot of times it might be forced in terms of the sequence, but the tricks to do them, like there might be like one hard trick and then everything else is like it's a forced order, but the tricks themselves are relatively trivial. But this one had a lot of forced things that were actually hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, compared to what we've been doing in our cooperative ones, those ones I feel like for whatever reason we end up it's forced but not as forced. It's like forced for the first couple steps. This one I'm like I don't even know. I mean I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 majors. I've got missiles, power bombs, grapple. Have 1 reserve, and like all of it seems like very forced.
Chansey was taking a long time to evolve into Blissey because she had to be at max friendship. I don't have a good way to increase friendship.
How, like, what is the game mechanic? Like, how do you increase friendship?
Have the Pokemon in your party as you win battles. Walk around with the Pokemon in your party. Use items in the Pokemon. Don't let the Pokemon faint. Um, those are the basics.
Those all seem like nice things. Don't kill them. Spend time with them. Checks out.
Yep. Takes a while though. So the Chansey was going up from like, I don't know, level 30, 40, something like that, up to 85, and it wasn't until level 80 that it had won enough battles against these random people I'm farming. The wild Pokemon that was happy enough to level up or to evolve. Hmm. Trying to get some minimal set of Pokemon that take out Lorelei consistently. So that I can think of it in terms of, okay, I got like 2 or 3 people take care of Lorelei. What's the minimum set of people I need to add to that to take care of Bruno? And hopefully I still have some wiggle room by the time I get to the end. I could potentially have a lot easier time with this if I just spec people into being something other than glass cannons. But it is kind of how they're spec'd on the other side of it. Like the Elite Four members just have 6 glass cannons with some bit of stuff to interrupt you if you're trying to cheese them with setup. Uh, Oh, this is ridiculous.
Oh, I did manage to get. I basically full cleared Colorado in Hitman. Um, the escalations I actually found not well. I think there's only one. Wasn't too bad really. Um, um, the different missions. Oh, well, I won't spoil it for you, but the one mission for the um, Patient Zero one was kind of unique. Um, it's maybe like a little irritating, but not like terrible. Um, nothing there either. Okay, well done.
Well, if it's different,
But
it's gonna be, it's gonna require some getting used to.
what was that?
If it's different, it's gonna require some getting used to.
Yeah, yeah. It was. So I did a Silent Assassin, but it's just weird. Again, I'll let you kind of see for yourself what makes it unique when you get there. Um, but yeah, that was uh once I kind of got a feel for it, I would say it was fun. Initially, I was getting kind of pissed with it, but you know, that's just how I roll. Oh, that's not really good. And then the thing that I finished with was getting the Silent Assassin suit only for um for Colorado, like on the just the vanilla mission. Holy cow. That that took me like literally hours. it's it's so it's so bad. I got the first two in like 10 minutes. I'm like, "Oh, this isn't going to be that bad at all." The last two, I was losing my mind. Um and what am I doing? What am I doing? And then at one point I had a save that I had set up, and it was one of those where for whatever reason the save um like a body that I had hidden like early on, for whatever reason after this one particular save, it just like was instantly found. I have no idea why. It wasn't
Oh,
found for.
I had that happen before.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like somehow the way that it just like spawns in and like ragdolls, they'll like
Yeah,
see it
it's the
like through a
ragdolling.
wall.
For me,
Yeah.
I piled up so many bodies when they all simultaneously dropped and ragdolled, they went off the banister and fell in somebody's face.
Yeah, so mine were like that, but I think they were hidden in grass, like the tall grass stuff. Um, and then somehow the way that they like flopped in, they must have like they probably spawned in and like fall into the grass from like above it or something. And it must have been right as one of the guys who like patrols around the perimeter, because it was a body that was very close to an edge. But so a body that was going around the perimeter probably happened to be walking right by like fencing, and then the body was like falling from wherever it spawned in into this tall grass. And so before it was hidden, this person would see it. So then I had to revert back to an earlier save. Um, yeah. So the Colorado's Silent Assassin suit only is nasty. It's real nasty. But at this point, Colorado's completely done. All escalations, all missions, all of the classics. So suit only, Silent Assassin suit only, and then Sniper Assassin. All those completed for everything. So the only thing I have left now is Hokkaido. Which has 3 escalations. Oh, I took a wrong turn. 3 escalations. I think it also has 3 secret mission or special bonus missions. It has 1 for the Sarajevo 6, 1 for the Patient Zero, and then it also has like a holiday one or something. It has some themed one. So it has a fair bit of stuff to do, and then I also have to do the Silent Assassin suit only on the base mission. So quite a few things to do in Hokkaido that I have not done. And then that'll be everything Hitman 1. I think whenever I finish that, I might just decide to go do the freelancer. Because I never actually finished the freelancer mission that you and I started forever ago, when we were still atrocious at the game.
Yeah, you're welcome to go do that.
So I think as part of my feeling of eventually someday being done with Hitman, I think I'll probably want to do the freelancer on hard mode.
Which requires you to beat it once than normal, I think.
Which you have to beat once normal anyway. So yeah, I figure I'll just do that. I think even mixing in some missions I'm less familiar with, I know all of them at least somewhat well, and also just my general fluency with the game is such that I think I will be able to beat it relatively comfortably. I certainly, it is tough because you get used to being able to save and take a few more risks and be a bit more careless with it. But I think if I just play to win, I've got to believe I'll be able to complete it without any issues.
Hmm. Oh.
I no longer feel like I'm going to throw up, so that's good.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Oh, my back. Ow. Oh. Oof. I twisted in a way that my back didn't appreciate, like spasmed on me.
Some Pokemon are just hard to train, man.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me. I'm not paying attention. My guy's already at the level I want him to be. Training him past the point of any actual return.
What's your current level cap?
85. The last one, I beat the Elite Four. Level cap goes to 100. I have 30, or maybe 29. No, 30 high defensive Pokemon. Some of whom I know there are very specific strats for like setting up against people, making yourself just about unkillable. Back to farming Pelipper.
Classic, classic.
I need cash so I can. I just got the 30 people I like up to max level. Now I need to EV train and IV, like purchase IVs. Basically, I need to give them steroids. They're very expensive. The main one I want right now is Clefable. I think Clefable could potentially solo Lorelei, except for one Pokemon at the start that has Haze, which would remove all the stat buffs she's going to apply to herself. that it? So I think if I do one round of Pelipper farming, I can make Clefable good, and then
Just out of
go.
curiosity, what constitutes a round of farming?
I have 40 PP on Thief. So for me, when I run out of PP on Thief on my Overquill, that's a round of farming. So it's essentially 40 fights against a Pelipper, each of which ends with a single attack of Thief that both kills the Pelipper and steals the item from the Pelipper. And both items that the Pelipper holds are worth 10,000. So 40 fights will get me 400 grand. It's 350 to give a Pokemon max IVs. So one round is enough to max out my Clefable. I probably need something like 10 grand ish to max out Clefable's EVs. If I want to do it real quick at the guy that charges 2K per session. And if I wear the right items, 5 sessions is enough to max it out. Did I tell you about the workbook I made? Excel workbook?
You showed me.
But I expanded it. I have
Oh no, you did.
I have an offense and a defense tab now. I think I showed you the offense tab that tells me like what attacks are going to be good against the different people. But because my focus now is more on the defense, I have to break down each of the 4 moves of the person and identify who has super effective moves against, for example, Clefable. Um, so I know when she can go in. And also who has moves like Taunt or Haze or Spectral Thief that would disrupt my setup strategy. Haze would rob me entirely of all my boosts and leave me vulnerable to being killed because I wouldn't have any defense buffs. Uh, Taunt prevents any status moves from being applied, so I wouldn't be able to set up my buffs. And Spectral Thief is something that is unique to a particular Pokemon that Bruno has, where it steals all of your buffs. So if I go in against that guy with all my buffs on, he's going to be completely unkillable. Because he'll have +6 defense and special defense. He'll take 4 times less damage from anything I do to him. So that's not great. Alright, so I already got my 400k.
He's cooking.
I have my bomb of snow. He gets rid of the weather in the first fight, and also kills the person who has haze. Because they come out as a doubles battle, they come out in turn one, and he one-shots the person who has haze. Um, that person also has Rain Dance, which would boost all the attacks of the opponents. So I'm getting rid of multiple problems all at the same time. Mystical Fables IVs are all trash. She definitely needs the juice. Oh, I forgot to sell what I just picked up. He told me I didn't have the cash. He is technically correct. Game crashed. Is why I say
Your game
frequent.
crashed?
Yeah, it's happened multiple times.
Huh. That's irritating.
It's because speed up, I think. It's like I went through a door at 4x speed. It like didn't totally crash. It just was all black. So
I mean, I don't know, I don't know what you consider totally crashing, but the screen going completely black seems like
you can still hear the game playing itself in the background or whatever. Like the music is still going or whatever. Nice. Sometimes the maker of this hack changes things and I don't catch it and then I get excited about a setup, I do all the work and then I go to like change the ability and it's a different ability. But Clefable has Unaware. And that's the ability I wanted.
Oh no. Yep. Oh. In the what do they call it? Crab hole or something? The thing that's like 2 tiles high and it has 4 crabs that kind of go up and down in it.
Yeah.
I froze a crab because I have high jump, but I don't have gravity or spring ball or anything. Froze a crab from the bottom, in the bottom room, at the very top, so it was like hanging out over the ledge, and then did a flatly jump to get up on top of it, and then from there did like a jump into morph to get up onto the top so I can get the Brinstar met.
Yeah. I know
Um,
exactly what you're talking about.
I actually did that flatly jump several times. One of the times I just I didn't kill all the other crabs, and then one of the crabs kind of came around and hit me and knocked me off. So the second time I just set it up by like just killing everything, like everything except the one crab I was going to use. I killed everything else, but was quite pleased to have gotten the flatly jump. The flatly jump, for the record, definitely one of the things that is not even that hard really if you have moonwalk, and is like I was like borderline impossible to do with any consistency without moonwalk. You just can't set it up very well.
Yeah.
More power bombs.
Well, I need something for dark types. Potentially. Not right now, though. Hmm. Oh. Bless,
What'd you say?
bless me.
Oh, bless you.
Bless me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't sneeze, but I also didn't hear you sneeze. So
I sneeze loud. I don't know what you're up to.
the whatever kind of noise gate there is on your headphones must have spared me. I didn't hear anything.
Interesting. Alright, I'm using a calculator to figure out how to invest IVs. 73 and 90. Or EVs, I mean. They're quite similar if I go full HP defense with leftover in special defense. So that's what I'll do.
Does the amount of damage you take from a Shine Spark change depending on whether you have a suit?
Like the rate at which it goes down if you're just shine sparking and not hitting an enemy?
Yeah.
I don't think so. There you go. And the remainder in special defense. So the damage calculation formula for Pokemon is fairly complicated with a bunch of like arbitrary values essentially in it. Um, there's like just a random +2 or times this or whatever to make it work out reasonably. But an essential aspect of it is that the damage depends upon the ratio of the person's attack to the other person's defense. Either physical attack to physical defense or special attack to special defense. So if you double your defense, you take half the damage, which is intuitively sensible. So that's where getting good stats matters a lot. Like without EVs or IVs, my defense stat would be 129. But with EVs and IVs, it's up at 209. So I'm taking almost half the damage I would otherwise. And that also becomes the base for any doubling of defense things I do. Alright, I'm going to test out to see how good Clefable is against Lorelei. I'm hoping
Okay.
it's good. Otherwise, I'm going to be very upset.
Because you basically wasted all your time.
Yeah, and it's the most promising of any of them. Like, if this doesn't work, I don't even know what I'm doing in my life. Alright, so I take out, with a bomb of snow, the one thing that can cause a problem, and then I Cosmic Power. So the person who can haze and set up a different weather's gone. And what does this person do? Ivy Cudgel does about half my health. But I got a defense thing set up, so I got that going for me. And I have leftovers healing. Died on turn 2.
Absolutely shredded Ridley. With 2 tanks. No problem. Now I just need to find Crocmire and then I'm done. And he must be in wreck ship because I think I've been basically everywhere else. So.
Hmm. 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 I didn't even put the move on that I wanted. Hmm. No. uh, I finally managed to set up somehow, but crits ignore all stat boosts, so it didn't work out. Another crit.
Oh
Oh no. Oh no. I was crushing it. But I basically just need like 20 turns with no crits in a row for this to work. That's the problem. just get crits sooner or later, which is a shame. Hmm. Hmm.
Are you interested in me pulling up the map to talk through this real quick before I head to bed? I don't know where you're at in your fights or whatever. Yeah, we can do that.
I'm gonna save and go to bed.
Yeah, I figured you'd be heading to bed soon, anyways.